Rise and shout, football fans. I'm going to do a quick review of a couple plays from the BYU versus Sam Houston State game today. Let's get right into it. So, the first play I want to go over today is a great example of BYU's defensive backs playing at an elite level. It looks like they're ready to play Big 12 football. We'll start out with what I think Sam Houston State was trying to do, and that is their outside edge wide receiver right here. He's going to try to come up, push Eddie Heckard, who's playing press coverage, and push him back to right about here, where if Eddie Heckard gets pushed all the way back here, then Jakob Robinson can't get over and make a play on what I assume the slot receiver is going to try to do an out route. But it turns out that he ends up turning it into a wheel route because he wanted to get the touchdown. Maybe got a little bit too greedy, even though the play wasn't open. What the BYU defenders ended up doing was just great defense. Eddie Heckard playing press coverage, he's decided that I got the inside level so I can run inside, outside, up close to the line of scrimmage, and Jakob Robinson has a deeper level so he can follow his man and defend him slightly deeper level, and they won't get pushed off their marks. This is really helpful. Eddie Heckard containing the edge receiver so he doesn't cause congestion and make Jakob Robinson's job harder. Jakob Robinson being the safety or nickelback in this case, defending the inside presence is always your first goal. But as soon as his receiver turns out, Jakob Robinson has plenty of real estate to actually run behind and get over to where the ball is thrown and make the interception. It's beautifully drawn up, beautifully done, and here, just watch. And right there, I was just so happy because it looked like BYU's defensive backs truly came to play. I think Jakob Robinson was the player of the game. So another play by Jakob Robinson I decided to highlight. Again, I could have highlighted about 10 different plays because he had great coverage all game. I just want to highlight. Watch Jakob. He's playing prevent defense because it's the end of the game, and he's got, whoops, wrong color. He's got a wide receiver coming deep, and he's gonna defend the pass. As you watch it, look at the fact that right here, well, maybe we'll get a better picture, but right here, not only Jakob Robinson is in perfect position, he ran with the receiver, he wasn't going to get beat, and he saw once the pass went up, he actually positioned himself to get the interception. Would have been the third interception of the day, but Malik Moore, being the safety, comes over and jumps the route. Overall, it's just a great feeling to see that not only did BYU have one but two players in position to get this interception. Very excited about our defensive backs this year. I think it's going to be solid football as long as we can get some pressure on quarterbacks in the Big 12. I think we're going to disrupt a lot of offenses and have a lot of really good football games from a defensive standpoint at least. Anyway, next play. So on this play, I just want to highlight a couple things real quick. We got Sam Houston State is lining up to make sure they put some pressure on the punter, and they end up having 1, 2, 3, 4 guys go in towards the punter. Not a ton of guys, not going to block a punt, but make sure that they get some pressure on him if he dallies back there. But the main player we want to highlight here is my special teams player of the game, and that's Marcus McKenzie. He is lined up, and he just goes right around his guy. Doesn't even get a hand on him, and then it's off to the races. Beautifully played. Loved it. And he hits him right as he catches the ball. Beautiful punt by Rehkow. Amazing track speed by Marcus McKenzie. That freshman is going to be an all-star one day. So on this play, I just want to point out the fact that Sam Houston State actually brings 8 guys at the punter, but Rehkow, our possibly All-American Rehkow Award-winning punter, and he makes a strong case for it on this play. He grabs the punt and he booms it out of there, no time. Marcus McKenzie, our track star athlete, that's the greatest headhunter for in a while at BYU, gets down the field in no time. It's awesome. Just want to highlight the play. There's not really much for me to add to the star power here. With a booming punt like that and a headhunter getting down the field, I expect us to not only get a couple turnovers like we almost had there, but we do have a punter that can flip the field no matter where he's standing. He could be in BYU's end zone and still boom it 70 yards. Having that on your side can help out with some poor offense or inability to get first downs. Again, I say help out with, it does not fix the problem. So I'm just going to highlight it one more time, showing that Sam Houston State, in this case, they're going to bring 5 guys in at the punter, never taking it too easy on him. And we can also highlight Marcus McKenzie, our headhunter, is of course getting down there and first one to the ball. Stiller speed. This one isn't so much of a highlight as the return man didn't even try to jump on it right away. But yeah, you'll see. Let's just play it. But the main thing I'm trying to highlight here is you can see Sam Houston State is going in after the punter. They're never just playing it half, like kind of dilly-dallying at getting at the punter. Which that is important for this next play I'm going to show you. So this is the first punt BYU does in the second half, and those who watch the game know exactly why I'm highlighting it. We'll play it once and then review real quick. Overall, the play was just blown up from the beginning, and I just wanted to highlight a couple reasons why I think it got blown up. The first thing I wanted to highlight is, again, Sam Houston State is going to bring 5 guys for pressure. The next thing I noticed is the snapper here. When he snaps it to the right side. So our All-American punter, I know he's not All-American yet, but I assume he will be. He actually has to take 1 step to the right, catch the ball, and then start running to his left, while all of his defenders have already started running left. So it's already off to a bit of a discombobulated start. The other thing is, as the block's getting set up, you don't know which of these 5 guys are going to block which of the Sam Houston State guys, and it's hard to know exactly who you're supposed to block if you're in the back row. But unfortunately, the middle guy, he does miss his block as well. So, tough play. I really didn't think it was a great call, as Sam Houston State hasn't shown that they're only bringing 2-3 men pressure against the punt, trying to set up the punt return. And Rehkow is going to have to run about 30 yards down the sideline in order to get the first down. Just seemed like you were asking a lot, and that chances of success, based on all the previous punt plays that I was able to go over with y'all, it just didn't seem like a high chance of success. I wasn't a fan. I will go over, let you watch it one more time so you can see. It's right here. The punter takes 1 step to the right, and you'll see Sam Houston State has plenty of guys running towards it, and punter is almost as far right as the blocker on the far right side, whereas you want Rehkow to already be partially starting to gain steam, going to his left already, and hopefully juke at least 1 defender. In this case, you'll see 90 here. He missed his block. He was supposed to come seal that block there. And then the last one is this blocker right here. He took an inside block. That would work if he was able to maybe push out a bit more space. But the way it looks like the blocking's designed, it seems like he was supposed to get on the outside and block away from the sideline as Rehkow looks to be running towards the sideline. Again, I don't know exactly how the play was drawn up. All I know is I didn't like the play call at all, and I kind of wish they didn't do it. So there's been some confusion of people asking why was there a loss of down with the ineligible receiver downfield. So I'm hoping I can help clarify that right now. Currently, the way BYU is lined up, they got 2 wide receivers on the line that are both eligible to go down, catch a pass, and then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 linemen that are interior. Isaac Rex lined up on the line, and because he's on the line, he is interior lineman, ineligible to go downfield. If he was like our other tight end who lined up about a yard deep in the backfield, he would be considered a back and he could go out for a pass, but that's not how he lined up. So in this case, Isaac Rex cannot go down for a pass. Unfortunately, the play was set up for him to obviously go down for a pass. And if you look at it, at this point right now, it is a foul on Isaac Rex because he is an ineligible receiver downfield, and that would only be the 5-yard penalty, replay the down. But as you continue the play, you also notice that Isaac Rex here is the very first player to actually touch the ball after it's thrown as a forward pass. So not only is this ineligible man downfield, but this is illegal use of hands, which is a 5-yard penalty plus a loss of the down. So the officials got it right, and moving forward, either the wide receiver or the tight end, one of them needs to line up in the backfield, because if you have more than 7 players on the line, you're basically sacrificing players who could be eligible receivers to put them up on the line. Overall, I think it was just a simple first game of the season mental mistake, and I expect BYU to fix this moving forward. So the last play I plan to go over tonight is one of the run plays, and I just wanted to point out that currently the zone blocking scheme is not working correctly, and they gotta fix some stuff because nobody was getting any penetration to the second level in their blocking schemes, and they weren't even really defending the defensive line here. Please note, these athletes are much more talented than I ever was, and these are mistakes that I really think they can fix on their own, but I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention why I think the run game struggled. So in this play, you will notice that BYU is running the ball. I believe it's a counter play to the left. The main thing I want to highlight is Sam Houston. They're going to have this guy in here is going to go take the inside route, and he's going to get stuffed, and their interior defensive lineman is going to come to the outside and not even be involved in the play. So after those 2 guys get stuffed by a tight end or take themselves out of the play, it really is these 4 Sam Houston defenders that need to be the main targets to make sure they are blocked. Going over the BYU players, first off, tight end comes in motion and he blocks the very outside guy. So he does his job, well done. Next, I want to go Isaac Rex comes and he blocks number 12, takes him out of the play. Well done, no problems with that. Hopefully it also helped keep the eyes of the safety off the running play for maybe a half second longer. I don't think it worked, but Isaac Rex did his job here. The last person I want to highlight is here on the far right tackle. He comes up here and he's expecting to block right here, but it ends up he doesn't actually have to block because the guy he was going to block took himself out of the play. So instead of going on down field and blocking someone else, he kind of stutters for a bit and doesn't make the run to get out there and block the next guy as fast as he can. So he could have made a play, but the guy he was supposed to block wasn't actually there because he took himself out of the play. Got a little confused, but it's okay. The thing that did not go well for BYU is, number 1, you got the left tackle, left guard combo block on the defensive end here, and they do a good job. They don't completely take him out of the play, But on a running play, you need to not just combo block one guy. One of the two, in this case, I think it should have been the left guard, needs to get to the second level and get a block off on the next guy. Next, we have the center and the right guard. They do a combo block on this defensive lineman. 2-on-1, they actually don't even block him, and he's still able to get in and disrupt the play, and nobody goes on to block the second level. So overall, BYU's got, for the most part, 5 offensive linemen with the goal to block 4 guys, and they block one guy well, they kind of block a second guy, and both linebackers are free to run in and make the tackle. I'll just play it for you here. At this point, it looks like, oh, the players are kind of blocking, but when you look at it, 76, he was the guy that just didn't get there to make the block in time. And then you look at it, these two players are both actually focused on the defensive lineman. So Sam Houston State's linebacker actually got in untouched. I just couldn't get a better camera angle of it. Trying to look at some of the highlight reels, didn't show it. So best angle I got, it actually shows the linebacker got in without any difficulty. So that makes it really difficult for our BYU running back to try to make a positive gain on the play. Turns out that he has first contact 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and a second player gets in right there at the line of scrimmage. Play's kind of blown up. Overall, we gotta expect more from 5 offensive linemen to get a bit more push in their zone blocking scheme than just taking one defensive end out and slowing another defensive lineman. We need more. I think I'm just repeating myself, which shows I'm not perfect either. And again, I do want to state these athletes are much better than me. I realize it. But there's no point in me putting a video like this together if I'm just going to sing praises about everything that went right.